Hey friends! New week, new scriptures, like always. So we were in Hosea, Joel, Amos, and Obadiah, which they were all pretty short, so it wasn't a whole lot of reading, but it was a lot of the same old for me, it seemed like. Still on the destruction of Jerusalem and talking about the second coming. There was a few new signs in there if you read in depth. So, but that's not what I'm talking about today. I'm studying specifically temple reference of these scriptures, and it starts off in Obadiah 1:17 and 21. And then I reference Doctrine and Covenants 128, 5:15. And then we look into the student manual, and it's called Saviors on Mount Zion. And then you look up the word Obadiah in the Bible dictionary. And I'm just talking about what these references are talking about, how the temple delivers the faithful, and how the temple represents holiness. So they all are talking about the salvation of the dead, pretty much. And how on Mount Zion there's deliverance. And understanding the reference, the Mount of Zion is talking about temples. And it's one of the interesting, Obadiah 21 talks about how it's a foundation prepared for those who have passed on without the knowledge of the gospel. So those who never had a chance still have a chance in the next life. And and then Doctrine and Covenants 128:15. I think it's quotes Elijah and says that they without us cannot be made perfect, neither can we without our dead be made perfect. So it's a balance. We need them and they need us. And sometimes people don't understand that. It doesn't always make perfect sense to me. I understand why they need us, but why we need them is a little odd. But we help each other rise in righteousness. I don't know how to say this. We just help each other. We're helping them. Because we do baptisms for the dead, we do sealings, and all that good stuff. So we're helping them receive the ordinances that we need to get into the celestial kingdom. Now we are able to do it here and now, but by helping them, it's like Malachi, he prophesies that the hearts will turn, hearts of the children to turn to their fathers, and vice versa. We're creating this big link that we're all connected and making each other stronger. I think that's how we help one another. Obadiah means servant of the Lord, and it talks about how the Saviors on Zion refers to the salvation for the dead. So us here doing the work for the dead are saviors on Zion. And I think that kind of helps understand how the temples deliver up the faithful. It helps us get those ordinances done. How does the temple represent holiness? Now, this is kind of what I wanted more of the non-members to understand. If you're watching this, it'd be great. The temple is the house of God, and that's where He resides. So it's a very sanctified place. If ever you see one, they're beautiful, they're very clean, and nobody can just walk in like they please. We have the visitor center, which is welcome to anyone, but that's not part of the temple. And even when you are a member, you still just can't walk in. You have to get a recommend. You have to be approved and found worthy to go to the temple. And that's what helps the temple represent holiness, is that you have to be faithful and good and holy to enter that place. So it just helps people understand how precious it is. And you'll hear stories where people are like, the temple was glowing, and so it's just a very spiritual place, a very holy place, and it's a place that we go to be closer to God. So that's how it's holy. And this all connects together. It's a place where we don't not only connect to God, but we also connect to the people who passed on and they need to have their work done. There's stories where we're doing baptisms for the dead now. I know some people misunderstand what baptisms for the dead are. We don't take dead people and baptize them. That's what my grandfather actually thought. No, we represent them. We get baptized for them in their name. And there's a lot of other stuff. We're sealed in the temple, and that's when you get married and you're connected with your spouse. You just create a bond between yourself, your spouse, and God. That's just how it is. There's some things that aren't discussed in a public sense. I'm trying to, it's not a secret, but because it's special and holy, we don't talk about it willy-nilly. I don't know. If we get missionary discussions, they'll probably talk about it. But going back to how we're saviors on Mount Zion, we're here to do the work. It's the plan of Elijah, and we're doing the work for the dead by building temples and building fonts, doing that work. The temple is just a place of God, and that's what it comes down to. It helps those who are living here and those who have passed on. So it's important. I hope that you understand temples a little bit better. I'm sorry if I ever confused you. Just understand that it's where we build the gospel. And so see you guys, I think, next week. I hope I have a student choice, but I'm getting to the end of the semester, so it's finals, and so I'm not going to have the same assignments as I normally would. So if I don't have an assignment, this will be the last one for this semester. I might do more the next. I'll see how things work out, but have a great week and continue to study the scriptures. Bye.